Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy, Touch Tone the Sound God, back at it with another video. And honestly, today is kind of one of my favorite ones because it's what I use on the regular. It feeds my creativity. Let's just say that. And I picked 5, and it was tough to pick the top 5 because once you start going through stuff, it gets really tough. And this is just my list. This is not like a worldwide recommendation of a list. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I think I might throw some honorable mentions in there because like I said, it was tough to keep it to 5. Like, you don't start realizing it until you get into it. But without further ado, we'll get into it right after the intro. Let's go.
Touch Tone the Sound God.
All right, like I said, this is just my top 5. If you guys work with something different, let me know in the comments below. Let's start a discussion, and maybe there's something on here that I don't even know. Maybe there's something you use that I don't even use, so that's always a good thing. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so before we get started, I want to give you guys a little ranking system, a rating system on how I'm going to be basically doing these plugins. I'm going to be rating them in 4 different categories that I think every producer or anyone that makes beats can respect. We're going to be going off price, quality, usability, and most importantly, in my opinion, CPU, because that's a huge one. Now, depending on what kind of rig you got, the CPU can vary, but most of the time not. If it's a heavy plugin, it's a heavy plugin. In my opinion, my rig right now has like 32 gigs of RAM, so it does pretty well with a lot of plugins. So we'll be ranking them from there, and I'll give you my opinion on it. So let's get into it, baby. All right, so first up on the list, and I don't know. I feel like it makes it on everyone's list just because it's almost like an old faithful. I don't use this a lot, but I feel like when I come to this plugin, it just does me right, and that's Omnisphere. Omnisphere is one of the OG plugins. It's been around forever. It continues to get updates. It's fantastic. Now, as far as the price, it is up there. I think it's like $500, $600 for this. Last time I checked, I haven't checked in a while. The quality of this plugin, the sounds and everything are just fantastic. The usability, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. It's not too hard. It can get a little tedious if you want to go in and start doing like designing sounds and whatnot. It can get tedious or whatever. I really don't do that. Sometimes I do. And as far as CPU, it's not it's not CPU friendly. We all know that. But as far as the sounds, man, listen to this. Ugh. Yeah, sorry about that last note. But anyways, it sounds great. All the sounds, they come out, they're big, they're loud. It's got so many patches in it. Like, I love Omnisphere, one of my all-time favorites on this list. As far as price goes, I'll do like a little rating system. Sorry, I know this video is all over the place, but I'll do like a little rating system, and I'll put it somewhere here on the screen. I'll put it right here on the screen so we could see. But and I'll give you my choices. All right, second on this list, going from the bottom up, is Kontakt Player. Now, Kontakt does come with native instruments complete, and we'll talk about that later, but Kontakt Player to me is freaking amazing, and you can really customize this thing to what you like. I really like Lo-Fi Glow, that one also. Like, this whole library here, I'll just bring that in. It doesn't take long to load up either, sometimes. So yeah, just check out a sound. This is bass sound. Lo-Fi Glow's hit or miss, we all know that. But yeah, man, this thing is pretty dope. I kind of like everything about it. I can't really Yeah, it's got some really cool sounds, but once again, this is just to be creative. I don't want to go through like a whole review on it. On Lo-Fi Glow, we're supposed to be talking about Kontakt, but Kontakt, the player itself, houses all these different libraries, and it just loads. You can, I mean, there's some really nice libraries for Kontakt. Some companies go all in on them, man, and they just sound great. I got a couple like XL. Everyone's familiar with XL. I'm a fan of it, but yeah, so that is Kontakt. You can design things also on Kontakt. So to me, Kontakt, as far as like the price, it's a good price. I think the player is actually free. I'll do my research on that and correct it in the video here. I'm pretty sure it's free, but the libraries obviously are not. The quality of this thing really depends on the library that you get, but most of the times they're quality. Sometimes there are some trash libraries. I've bought them. You know who you are. The usability on this thing is pretty straightforward. It's not too hard. I think a baby could work this thing and make a beat out of it. It's pretty dope. And as far as the CPU, once again, it depends on how many instruments you have loaded up in Kontakt and what your computer runs on. On its own, it's not heavy at all. With the libraries and stuff, it can get pretty heavy. So we'll do that like right in the middle on that one. So that's Kontakt right there. Let's keep it moving. God, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. All right, so next on the list, and this is probably one of my faves. This is the third on the list. So this is probably one of my faves, man. And that is Analog Labs. This is the 5. This is the new one. Now, I love Arturia Collection. I cannot begin to tell you how much I use these VSTs. They are absolutely amazing. They sound great. You can tell they really took the time and modeled these things right after the synthesizers they were going for. I'm a big fan of pretty much everything Arturia makes, but what can I say about this? Like some of the things, like my favorite is the Mellotron. Oh my God, let me show you. Yeah, these sound great. Listen to this. Yeah. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. The Analog Labs itself under Arturia is great, but the whole Arturia collection, I'm gonna go ahead and leave at 3. Now, as far as the price, it was pretty pricey when I got it. I think I upgraded from last time, so it was like $4.99 or something like that. But this last upgrade was $1.99 for some reason. I don't know. They still wanted to charge a boy. Now, as far as the quality, it speaks for itself. The quality's all the way off the scale. Can't get any higher as far as quality. Usability, Analog Labs definitely is a learning curve. It can take some getting used to, but once you like really get it down or play with it for a couple times, you'll find yourself, you'll find a way through it. It's pretty damn good. Now, as far as CPU, it's middle of the road. The more notes you play, the more polyphonics you play, as you get more polyphonic, I mean, it can eat up some CPU power pretty freaking fast. So just be careful on that. All in all, it's pretty good. I've never had it crash or anything on me. So yeah, that is Arturia and one of my faves, man. Let's just keep it moving though. All right, so next on this list is also from Arturia, but I feel like it's separate just because this thing is pretty freaking dope, and I'm talking about Pigments 2. I use Pigments 2 quite a bit, and I might use it for like a main sound. I might use it to like layer something. Pigments 2 is very, very nice. Right off the bat is definitely CPU intensive. Like it's a hog, just to be quite honest with you. But for the price, it's fantastic. For the usability, it's pretty straightforward. If you can use Serum, you can use this. If you can use Omnisphere, you can definitely use this. And as far as like the quality of sounds, well, I'll let you be the judge of that. Yeah, man, it's got some really, really nice sounds, and I mean, they're all over the place. Yeah, maybe I might do a review on this one. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you would like, is a review on this, because honestly, all of these deserve their own video, so I'm trying to keep it moving. I don't want this video to run too long, because I know everyone's attention span is that of an ant these days. It's just true. So yeah, if you are finding value in this video, man, go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? I'm trying to grow like all the big boys on here. Let's get it. All right, so before we get to number one, I do have some honorable mentions. I won't pull them up, of course, but I will say they were, like I said, this was very, very, very hard to do, and these were very close to making it a number 5. So my first honorable mention would definitely have to be Complete 13, the Ultimate Bundle. That one probably should have made the list over the Omnisphere, because in my opinion, it's a little bit more versatile and you can do more with it, just because it has effects and stuff. But Omnisphere is kind of in one with their effects. With the Complete 13, you got to go load up a plugin over here and over here, but man, it's fantastic. I really like it. I think I upgraded to it for like $5.99 or something like that. Definitely worth the money, as far as like giving your creativity and arsenal something different to work with. So Complete 13. Next on the list is, no shocker, Serum. I use Serum quite a freaking bit, especially when I'm making genres outside of hip hop, like pop music. It's really got some good pop sounds. And one thing I like about Serum and Omnisphere is that other people make banks for those, and some of the sounds be sounding good, man. So Serum definitely should have made the list, but it's worth an honorable mention for sure. And then last but not least, kinda, is Electra X. Believe it or not, I still use that a lot, and people make banks for that all the time, and you can find some gems on Electra X. It's easy to use, it's CPU friendly, it's not too expensive. I think it's made by Tone 2, and the sounds are modern, very digital for sure. It's got that digital harshness. You probably want to run it through some outboard gear, or put a compressor on it, or roll it off with the EQ, however you choose to do that. But once you really tailor that sound in, Electra X is dope. I've sold a lot of beats that had Electra X sounds in it, so that's definitely an honorable mention. But let's move on to number one. You guys ready? Number one, though, I don't think is anyone's shocker, and that is Arcade. I mean, for real, what can you not say about Arcade? Arcade is probably the modern VST for producers and beat makers. Straight up, it's an instant idea sparker. It is an instant inspiration sparker. They have so much, and it gets updated daily, by the way. It is paid. It's like $10 a month, and it's through Output. Output, I am a huge fan of the Output. I literally have their speakers, I have their desk, I have their sidecar, I have their monitor stands, and I'll be doing a review on that pretty soon. But man, Arcade, what can you say about it? You hear it everywhere nowadays. One thing that I do like about it, say if you're working in like an F-sharp minor, you can come here to Arcade and let's just pick a sound, right? Let's just go to everyone's fave, which is Hooked. Everyone loves Hooked. But we can go here to Hooked, and we can just say we want to play this kit, right? Let's say we want to play this. This is so weird. So I didn't make this like this, but if you look here, this thing is already an F-sharp minor. It's listening to me, yo. They're in my freaking, what is going on? Why are we giving so many people access? They're listening. No, I don't think it is, but that was just a coincidence. But if you look what you can do, you can put it in whatever key you want, and it locks in that key. So it doesn't matter what instrument you change to after that. Right? That didn't work. So let's go to F-sharp minor. Maybe this thing is wigging out. All right, so we'll try that again. I don't know what happened, but F sharp minor, boom.
Like the oldest, like the oldest,
Yeah.
like the oldest,
See, that's dope.
like the
Hey,
oldest, like the oldest, like the oldest, like the oldest.
So we can go on forever, but even if you change the kit, it's supposed to stay in key. Did it stay in key? Yes, it did. So it's cool. So you can match it with the key of your song. If you got a vocalist in the studio or you got some vocals, that's an F sharp minor, and you kind of want to accent it with something, this is perfect. I've done it before. It works like a charm. Arcade is absolutely beautiful. It's portable as hell. As far as like the CPU on it, it can kick up depending on what you're using, but the price on it, $10 a month, I don't think that's anything. We do that on Starbucks and lunch all the time. As far as the quality of the sounds are like next to none, man. They're awesome. Like, just go through and play with it because there's so many. There's so many. As far as the usability, very user friendly. I love working with Arcade. It's not hard to work at all. It's really easy to like hone in on your ideas that you want. Now, as far as CPU, once again, depends on what you're doing and your rig. I've used Arcade sometimes, and it's gotten pretty intense on CPU, and I've had like 3 or 4 loaded up. And then there's other times to where it was just fine. So yeah. There you have it. Those are my top 5 VSTs for beat makers. Not sure what I'm going to title this video yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with that. And I guarantee if you use these, you'll have no problem with creativity, sparking creativity, and then honing in on the ideas that you want to do. I mean, because that's what we all want to do, right? If you found this video helpful to you or value to you, please share it. Subscribe to the channel for sure, and hit the like button. Like, blow it up. Try not to cuss. Blow it up. Turn on those notifications because I am trying to crank these videos out as fast as I can. I'm trying to grow my channel. And once again, guys, I want y'all to please check out my Spotify. I'm going to put it right here once again. We're continuing to climb. We're almost at 52,000 monthly listeners. One of my songs is almost to 1 million. I just want to say thank you for that. Also, touchtonedsg.com will be up running shortly. So if you are looking for beats, if you're looking for mixing services, or you're just trying to contact me, let's make that happen. I'll put all of the links in the description at the bottom. You guys are my TNT family. That's a new thing that I'm trying to come up with, and I want to run with TNT. That stands for today, not tomorrow. And that's just a mindset. It's you do not wait for anyone to tell you what you can do. It is today, not tomorrow. You don't put it off anymore. You know, tomorrow's not promised to you. Just get it done today and you'll feel much better and you'll tackle it. And before you know it, you're going to be ahead of the competition. TNT family, baby. Let's go. But that's going to do it for me, man. I will catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.